Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel today. My name is Christian and today we're here to talk about the new record from Set It Off. It is titled Upside Down and I had really high expectations for this record. I really loved their last record, Duality. I thought it was one of the best records of the year it came out. It was up against some stiff competition that year and it still managed to make my top 10. I liked that they mixed rock and pop so well together. I know that they're extremely poppy and they're more on the extreme of pop than rock, but the way they did it in Duality was really cool. And then when they released Uncontainable, I was really excited about that song, thought it was really good, really liked it, and was excited to hear another Set It Off record in the same vein as Duality. And so my high expectations, this record's bad. I'm hugely disappointed with this record. I really wanted to like it. It starts off well, and then it just turns into a pop record. Something that I was worried about with this band. Just the way they carry themselves and all this stuff, I could tell that there was this big risk that they were going to get rid of all the rock elements from their sound and just be a pop band. And they've done that on this record. The first two tracks to lull you into this false sense of security, and then bang, as soon as Uncontainable finishes, it's just a pop record from there on out. And it's one that is, in my opinion, not that well written, it's not that catchy, it's not that memorable, and one that not a lot of people are going to be talking about a month from now, let alone a week from now. Let's get into the positives first and talk about some of the tracks. Something New opens up the record really well. It keeps that band feel while incorporating the pop elements. As I've said, when Set It Off hit that mix of rock and pop perfectly, then they absolutely shine. But on this record, for the most part, they don't. But for Something New, they absolutely do. Uncontainable is in the second track on the record. Really cool. It's the best track on the record for sure. Great chorus and has that Duality feel. Feels like it could have come straight off of Duality. And it also sounds like that sound that Fall Out Boy have been going for on their past two records, but done better and done how it should be done. And so I enjoy that track for that as well. Want is, I guess, a good track. It's got a good chorus on it. The rest of the track I can't really, remember because it's just forgettable. But the chorus is really good, so that's why it's in my positives. It's enjoyable enough. So another one that, if you like Set It Off, then that's a track that you may enjoy. And then we get into the negatives. That's literally all the positives I have for this record. And then we get into just a bucket load of negatives. And as I said, from Uncontainable onwards, it just turns into a solo project for the vocalist. All the band elements disappear. It's just a pop sound, and it's no longer Set It Off. It doesn't sound like that band, and that's really disappointing. Getting into some of the tracks, Upside Down is an awful song. The lyrics throughout it are so cringeworthy and just they just sound like they're pandering to someone. I don't know who. I don't know who's going to enjoy these songs, but they're pandering to someone. And if they hit that market, then good job for them. They've pandered to the right people. But for me, it just sounds completely disingenuous. And yeah, just so many cringeworthy lyrics throughout that song. Tug of War is annoying. The woos that go on throughout this song are so repetitive, and they end up feeling like nails on a chalkboard, which is really disappointing. Some of the songs are fine, but nothing really grabs me. Nothing's memorable, nothing's special, and that's the main problem with this record. The record just kind of goes by and then you forget about it. There's nothing that stands out and makes you go, "Oh, I want to listen to that again." There's no need to listen to this more than once. I've listened to it like 5 or 6 times, but it has no repetitive factor to it. You do not want to go back and listen to this record. Hypnotize is another song that I absolutely hate. Very cringeworthy again. And another thing throughout this record is they sound arrogant. They sound like they're the best thing ever. And they're absolutely not, for one thing. And having that feeling coming across in your record is not something that you want. The vocalist sings like he thinks he's the best vocalist in the world. And if he toned it down a little bit, it would absolutely help this record and it would make everything feel a bit more genuine. But as I said, this whole record just feels like it's pandering to someone. Overall, it's a very disappointing record by Set It Off, a record that I was really looking forward to. I really liked Duality. I'm still going to go back and listen to Duality because it is a good record. But I can't see them surviving going off music like this, and that's so disappointing because Duality showed so much promise, and that's really disappointing. My top 3 tracks are going to be Uncontainable, Something New, and Want. My initial rating for this record on first listen was a 2.5 out of 5, and then after my 5 or 6 listens, the final rating for this record is going to be a 2 out of 5. It's actually gone down. A really disappointing record by this band, but anyway, all the fangirls, fanboys, anybody who's going to like anything they do, hit me up with all your hate in the comments. Let me laugh at your stupidity. Anyway, my name is Christian. Thanks for watching my videos today. Please hit subscribe down below, and I'll see you next time. Fresh Currents.